3 tips that people use that are successful in keeping their weight off in the long term. So a lot of people, it's easy to lose weight. It is pretty easy to lose weight. You eat less than you burn, you focus on consuming a little bit less food, and most people, they can lose weight pretty successfully. They cut out the booze, they cut out all that crappy food, and they've lost a couple of kilos. But you know what takes grit is to keep that weight off. So many people can just so easily put the weight back on because they fall into old habits. They go eating the way they used to, they go out eating with friends again all the time, and they just go, well, I've lost the weight, now I can be happy again. And I'm going to share with you guys the top 3 tips that people use to keep weight off for the long run, and they're successful with it. It's what I've used. I've lost 10 kilos since 2 months ago now, and I've kept it off. I'm still 67. So I'm going to share with you guys the tips that you can implement in your life. Now, number 1 is that you have got to weigh yourself constantly. Every day, I like to jump on the scale and just have a look. People go, oh, you shouldn't be weighing yourself on the scale. Well, at the end of the day, if you want to know if you're putting on weight, you need to monitor yourself. And not just with scale, also use body measurements. I like to use body measurements once a month. You can do it more if you want. Even you can do your waist once a week, right? Once you monitor your weight and your waist, like your measurements, you're going to know what's happening. Like, you're not going to go, oh shit, I've put on 2 or 3 kilos all of a sudden. No, because you're going to be able to see it on the scale. You're going to be able to see it on your waist measurements. And that is what people do successfully. First tip, to be able to keep it off. When you self-track, you're aware of what's going on in your body. You're not randomly going, oh crap, how did that 5 kilos get there? When it starts to creep up, when you start to put a little bit of weight on the scale, or when the waistline starts to go up, you can start taking action to avoid that. You can go, okay, I'm going to need to eat a little bit less food, or I'm going to need to move a little bit more. And that way, like I said, once you start being aware of yourself, you're not going to fall back into the trap of putting on weight like people do. Because people go, oh, I don't have to weigh myself anymore. I don't have to do my measurements. I've reached my goals. And there's never just like a reached goal. There's always something you can work further towards, or to even maintain it. Maintain it, like I said, takes work. So tracking is the first thing you guys need to do. Measure your waist and measure your weight. The second thing that people do is, this one's boring. They eat the same foods every day, most of the time. 80% of the time, people will have the same breakfast, the same snack, the same lunch, and the same dinner. You know why? Because it's easy to do. It saves a lot of willpower. It's so your body's used to it now. So if you're going to have veggies, sweet potato, and chicken at lunch, it's much easier to have that every day and not think about it, as opposed to going out and buying lunches. Because lunches, you never know what you're going to get, first of all. Second of all, the serving sizes are always all over the place and you're not in control. And you never know what they put on the food. So if you make your food, if you know what you're eating every day, and if you're constantly eating the same type of thing, you're not going to be able to put on weight. It's not going to come from anywhere, because you're not changing things up. And diet is such a big important thing. Now, I'm not saying you have to eat dried chicken breasts and vegetables every lunch. You can always change it up. You can change up the meat sauce, and you can change up the flavoring. There's so many different flavors out there. Chili, basil, all season flavoring, salt, pepper, whatever you want. You can change the flavor of a meal and not actually change the ingredients and make it taste amazing. But you have to be consistent with it. Keeping the same type of foods is one of the best things you can do. And if you think that's boring, I want you to ask yourself, what have you been eating lately that's been the same every day? Do you eat the same breakfast? Or do you skip breakfast every morning? Because that's still a habit. Once you have a habit of saying, okay, this is the food that I'm going to eat and it's healthy, you're going to make much more beneficial results. So if you're having Greek yogurt and a protein shake in the morning, every single morning, right? It's so much more better than for you to have a whole bunch of crap or try and change it up every morning. So once you get in the habit of keeping the food constant and knowing where you're going to be and eating at the same time every day, you're going to be able to keep that weight loss. So that's tip number 2. Eat the same type of foods, change the flavoring, and also eat at the same times too. Don't be sporadic. Now, I'm not saying you can't go out either. Go out and enjoy yourself, but follow the 80-20 principle. So go out once or twice a week. Go out on a Friday night or a Saturday night. You don't need to go out and change food every night. You don't need to go at lunch with co-workers every single day, and then go out on a Friday afternoon drinks, and then go out on a Saturday, and then maybe go out Sunday breakfast. because you're not going to keep the weight off. That's simple as that. So tip number 2 is to keep it consistent and to keep the same type of food. And tip number 3 is people, they exercise, right? They're energetic. Most people think, I'm going to go to the gym. This is where it comes. This is what happens. People think, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go and do cardio to lose weight. Once they lose weight, then they stop doing cardio and they're not as active. What you need to focus on is being active every day, and it doesn't just have to be cardio. Go for a walk. Go and do weight training. Weight training is the most beneficial thing you can do. Weight training is going to help you build up lean muscle and burn body fat. So that's what I would suggest. Get yourself into a gym habit and do not quit the gym habit. Find someone to be able to keep you accountable. Find a friend to go and train with. Join a class. Do something that's going to keep you energetic in the gym. Because if you just go, all right, I've lost weight, I'm going to quit the gym, or I don't need to go to the gym as much, you're going to put it straight back on. And they're the 3 big things that are going to get you guys the biggest results. If you focus on these 3 things, you're going to, you're going to keep it off for the long run, and you're going to feel healthy all the friggin' time. You're going to be like, okay, sweet. I lost 10 kilos last year, and I'm still 10 kilos down. That should be the goal for people, is to maintain a healthy body weight all year round, so you don't have to go on these stupid diets. You don't have to go and deprive yourself of things like this. Because once you get in the habit, it's not a diet, it's just a lifestyle. So the 3 things, guys, I'll go over it again really quickly. Number 1 is to self-monitor. Weigh yourself and measure your waist. Once a week, once a day, once a month, whatever you want to do, make sure the more often you measure, the less of a chance it's going to jump out on you that you've already gained 2 kilos. Number 2, eat the same type of foods every day at the same time. Be consistent. Change up the flavors, and then on a Friday or Saturday night, go out and enjoy yourself with your friends. Number 3 is to make sure you're exercising and don't just stick to cardio. Focus on weight training. Get yourself accountable. Find yourself something you like, whether it be a group class, whether it be whatever you like. Find it, make sure you love it, and then keep yourself accountable to it. So guys, I hope the video was informative, and what you can do is, if you want a free workout program, or if you want the top 10 foods you should be buying in the grocery store, I've got both of those links you can click on down below, and you can pick them up straight away. So, till next time, speak to you guys then.